to What the Fuck Sutter for first one of season 5. My bird cage is empty. I had 2 canaries that just died. I bought them and the guy at the bird shop said they were males, and they were actually both females, and they both died in childbirth. So I don't know what that means, but I know dead birds is just not a good omen. Just a little update of where we're at for season 5. I can't be tired already. I've just begun. We've broken some of the bigger arcs for the season. We pitched the ideas to the network last week, and everyone's excited about them. I'm in the process of writing the first episode, about I don't know, 12 pages in or something, and we're just finishing up breaking episode 2 in the room. We'll finish that probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. Pretty much on schedule. A couple days, maybe a couple days behind. We spent some more time this year on some of the bigger arcs in terms of seasons 6 and 7. Actually, this was really, I was pitching this to the network on when did we go in? Tuesday this week. That it's really the first season for me that I've had to really think in terms of what the potential end game is. Meaning, you know, I've had this loose idea of where the show is going, and I have a pretty specific idea of how I want it to end, but I've never really had to worry about that as I move through the seasons before. But in season 5, because, you know, if we do 7, it's only 2 away. I really had to have some awareness of where this season was going to land, setting up the next season, knowing that potentially the one after that is, you know, is our final season. And as I said recently in a tweet and or maybe my blog, you know, we're planning on 7 just because I know I can tell 7 seasons worth of stories. I know traditionally the model for this type of this size of a cable show, that after 7 years the costs sort of outweigh the revenue stream. You know, so I've been able to sort of have that notion in my head and work towards a 7th season model. But you know, if for some reason at the end of 6 going into 7 the network came to me and said, hey, we can afford to do this for a couple more years, you know, I think I'd be open to potentially looking at that. So in my mind right now I see it ending in 7, but I just put it out there that if it ever made sense financially, that perhaps there could be more stories to be told. I don't know what that means in terms of the reality of that, but I just put that out there. Let's just look at a question here. This question is from Sherry. I never know if people want me to use their last name. Oh, she signs their last name. It's from Sherry Capozzi of Chicago. And she says, Kurt, love your show. I miss it so much. I'm a huge Jax and Tara fan. Can you give me some insight as to how their relationship will be in season 5? You know, we're into that now, really looking at the dynamic between Jax and Tara this season, and I just had a conversation with Maggie Siff earlier today, just talking loose. She's in New York doing a play, and may not be able to come in and talk to me and the writers, so we're just sort of talking loosely about her character a little bit. And you know, we saw the big shift that happened in Tara, obviously, at the end of last season. making some very bold decisions, and you know, the iconic image that I had at the end, where it's, you know, the next king and queen sort of moving into place, and perhaps pushing out the old guard. So you know, that bond between Jax and Tara, I think, will continue to get deeper and continue to grow. I think they are two people, for better or for worse, whom are destined to be together. You know, the interesting thing for me with Tara this season is that, unlike previous seasons, the conflict of her, you know, her big conflict was, am I in or am I out? And this season, clearly, as a result of what we did at the end of last season, she is definitely in. So I think now her conflict is a little bit more about, you know, I'm in, and how do I navigate within this world now with this sort of new title and this new set of responsibilities, and can I be myself and be the queen? You know, not unlike some of the journey that Jax will have to go through in his new position as president of the club. So I do see that their bond will be getting deeper, their family commitment will be getting deeper. You know, we'll constantly challenge that, I think, as the season moves on. You know, and what happens as a result of that, you know, when you become more entrenched and more engaged into the world that you're in, and the commitment to it, and, you know, how does that impact, you know, how does that impact the simplicity of that relationship? You know, the great thing about Tara for Jax is she's always sort of been the other side. You know, she was what was on the other side, and the, you know, almost the escape hatch. And now that Tara's not on the other side, you know, she's in his world, does that suddenly alter their relationship a little bit? And you know, does that change the chemistry? Does that complicate the love that they have? So I can't be possibly any more vague or esoteric than that. So that's you know, it'll continue to be you know, their tragic love stories, which for me a lot of this story is. So that's it. Good to be back doing this. You know, I'm really, you know, I love the gig, and I'm you know, I'm always excited about the new seasons, and I guess when I'm not excited about a new season, it's time for me to get out. So I am excited about the new season, and we're coming up with some great stuff and some new and interesting characters, and it'll be fun trying to get into the casting of those roles as we move further down the line. And I'll just keep checking in, keep asking questions. Email your questions to WTFSutter@sutterinc.com, and follow on Twitter for updates at SutterInc, and Facebook. I don't know what the fuck goes on with Facebook. It terrifies me. I just stay away. So that's it. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks, man.